See that. We are fully aware of the problem of teeth. There is a total self-awareness fully developed about the teeth. Why? Because science has given me a clear understanding. I have to drop one tooth, and there is a clarity. So why there is a clarity? Because there is a right knowledge. Right knowledge gives me a total self-awareness about the teeth. So I have no problem dropping one teeth, having one less teeth. But now apply the same thing to the money. Apply the same thing to relationship. Apply the same thing to car. Apply the same thing to hundred of things. So when we are not clear, that is why we talk. So when we are not clear, what it means? There is not enough knowledge, there is not right knowledge. So the self awareness or awareness towards that thing, that object, that person is not clear. Then what happens? This may be one of the most important things. So then what happens? Then the mind is constantly thinking. Mind does not know the value of it. One tooth is gone. Okay. Will you think about it? No, not at all. Very clear. That's the way. That is what the life is. That is what the life is. But when continue, so we question. So question is, now I have a clarity. So what you are talking about? Do I have a clarity? Don't I have clarity about the money and the house and the relationship? I have clarity based on the value that I give to these things. No doubt, I give value. Now, next question. Do I give value to the money that is less than the value of the money or more than the value of the money? You have given a value to the truth, right value, not more, not less. Why? Knowledge, clarity. Now to the money. Less value or more value, or just as it is at par. One tooth is gone. It has nothing to do with this security. That is the way my body has to work. The body is a machine. Repair and maintenance is required. I have done it. I'm happy. You have given the right value with the clarity, with the knowledge. Money will give me happiness. Are you giving a right value to it? But we go with it. It is because of our attitude. And the attitude is born out of the self awareness. See that? It has born out of the self awareness. Sometimes I say, dog looks into the mirror and starts fighting, means chasing. And I was looking at the video last week. It was wonderful. So, dog barked, and then that dog, it was, I think, Labrador. So, that Labrador dog went behind the mirror in search of the dog, where it is not. The dog has already given value, where it is not. Do you see that? Where it is not. There is no value there. There is no live dog there. He's barking, no value. Going behind in search of the dog, there is no dog. Value given. Now apply the same thing here. Apply the same thing here. I'm talking of something very magical. You will understand very deeply and clearly from today. Do you see that? Dog went behind the mirror, came back again. Oh, I see the value. Went back. Again, he see the value. Wow, 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 wow. And again, and again. When I give value which is less than or more than to any object in this world, our attitude is like this beautiful Labrador dog. Only reason is because there is no fully developed self awareness in about that object. Animals, they have lower level of self awareness. We have higher level of self awareness. You see that? See that? See. So we have, but when the self awareness is fully developed, we have freedom to have. We are free from complex. We are free from comparison. We are free from conflict. We are free from worries. Then we have freedom to separate. For us, there is no problem. We had never a problem standing before the mirror. Our value to that image we are looking into the mirror is only an image. Only an image. See that? Only an image. So, have you ever put the brush and the paste into your hand and the paste into the brush and you said, okay, now I will brush you? Brush your teeth in the image. We have never done it. But with many objects that we do the same thing. We try to brush the teeth of an image in our day-to-day life. Only thing Krishna says, are you right? Do you understand this part? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do I have a right observation, right choice, right control? That right choice, right observation, right control is the beginning of developing my self awareness, and that is known as dharma. Have you heard about it? Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. That is dharma. Dharma is not going to the god and offering incense sticks. And the god says, are you coming to burn me? No. See that? So, dharma gives us a highly developed self awareness by which I know do this, don't do this. Very clear. 100% clarity is there. So, I have a freedom to choose. I have a freedom to choose. See that? This is what the real yoga begins from there once we have highly developed self awareness. Long back, it came to my mind that yoga begins with the self awareness and ends with the self awareness. That is real yoga. I have little self awareness, better than the dog, because I can separate my image. So, the same way I am separating everything of the world as an image, not giving more value, not giving less value. Money, image. Wife, image. Husband, image. Society, image. Everything. Ah, it's very clear. So in that, I my attitude changes. My attitude changes. So attitude changes. Why? Because I know the exact value of that thing. That is why the attitude changes. That is why your attitude towards one truth has gone. Oh, very calmly you said. Very calmly. Why can't we say, with reference to the money, with the relationship, with the things all around? Why? Because my mind has already given less or more value to these objects, people, things around in the world, and that is the reason I am suffering. So it means, what do you think? What I am thinking about myself, what attitude I have about myself. I am happy today, I am unhappy tomorrow. How are you? I am happy. It happens almost every day. No, I'm happy. I'm good, good, good. So then they continue to sit. When you are happy, then go. Bye bye. But they continue to sit. Why? I know. I know. After some time, no, I have a problem in relationship. I have a problem with my dad and with my mom. And then I have a problem with my business. Oh, so are you happy? So they are sitting only because of low level of self-awareness. Are you getting it? That is what happens in our day-to-day life. So our Upanishad says, what says? Raise your self-awareness. Vivekanand, when he came to US, he said, arise, awake, and he went to back to India. Rise and awake. Rise and awake. Self awareness can only be developed by the intellect. That intellect is highly developed in the human being. And that intellect is able to separate less value or more value towards an object given by my mind, which has a desire that is projecting happiness. Every day you sit, do nothing. Oh, mine, you're thinking about the business. Why? Are you eating? You are sitting on a dining table. Are you eating, or you are eating food, or you are eating money? Are you giving value? Where your value has gone, the same way your attitude will become. The moment you give less value, delusion. The more you give more value, delusion. And that delusion is the cause of suffering. Delusion ultimately leads to suffering, suffering, suffering. So, what we are saying? We are saying intellect should raise my self awareness, of which I am eligible, capable, can do it as a human being. And then what happens? That intellect leads to Viveka. First, the intellect becomes Manisha, and the Manisha becomes Viveka. And the Viveka is the greatest wealth. We have it, we do not spend it. We have it all the time. We are miser. The way we treat our wealth miserly, the same way we treat this wealth, and that is why Shankara and other Upanishads and the Master says, are you aware of the six inner treasures? But that will come later, but just I'm pointing you out. They said it is inner treasure. But beginning has to be done with the self awareness. Now use that self awareness. Let us both live into that state of the self awareness and let us move little deeper. You don't listen to me. Is it my problem or your problem? It is my problem. I have this thought in my mind. It's not your problem. See that. But I blame you because it's your problem. I don't have fully self-developed awareness. Forget about it. I'm not using my wealth. I want divorce. It is your problem or your honey problem. It's your problem. It's my problem if I want a divorce. Understand that part very. I am angry over you because you did something wrong. It is my problem. It's not your problem. Think of this. Just live in the field of awareness. I'm feeling pain. It's my problem. It's not your problem. But I say, no, you gave me the pain. You made me angry. You are responsible. I am fed up with you. That's why divorce. I hate my parents. It's my problem. It's not their problem. I pray God because of my problem. I am upset. It is my problem. It's not none of the problem. Why it is a problem? Because I do not understand why I am giving a value to others. Why I'm giving value? Because of self awareness is not fully developed. I become a dog. Anyhow, I look at you, then I look behind. There is no one. Anyhow, one day you will understand. I will teach you a lesson. Or still, I love you. It is the same thing. I will teach you a lesson, so I go behind the mirror. So again, I go behind the mirror. I love you. But anyhow, you are not listening to me. That's why I'm divorcing you. Are you getting it? Self awareness. As a human being, I have the ability to live into that state of self awareness. And that wealth is within me. I use it. Going to the restroom, I use it. Taking a cup of tea, I use it. Money, relationship, Other objects that I love, I'm attached to, I forget to use it. There was a he's a millionaire, like you. So he came from UK. He lives in UK long back. He is also a disciple of my master. So he brought a very warm, long coat from UK. You can find it, it's very cold for my master. Gave it to the master. Uh, he said, "No, I want to see you. You are putting on it." So he put on my master put it, and we took the pictures. He was very happy. And then he removed it. So there was another monk who was sitting, and he gave the coat to the monk, my master. Instantly. Next moment. Think of the value. Think of the value. Now that guy was totally upset. Started crying. I brought it for you. Now see that. My master said, I still remember, my son, you gave this coat to me. Did you not? Yes. Now it is mine. Your relationship is gone with this coat. You were in the plane, that was your coat, you possess it. Now I own it. Why you have a problem with what I own, what I possess? What problem you have? It is mine now. Whatever I do, let me do it. Or are you attaching? Are you creating a limitation in me that what should I do, what I own? This is none of your business. Well, if you feel that I hurt you, take this coat back. Not interested. Teaching is self awareness, nothing more than that. This is what the spirituality is. From there, the spirituality begins. Many people here, I ask them to, first time when they come for depression management and anxiety. So I ask normally, are you a spiritual or a religious guy? I'm a spiritual. I don't believe in religion. Do I know I'm a spiritual guy? If I'm a spiritual, then you will not come to me for depression and anxiety. That is the real spirituality. So what I we were talking Viveka to intellect is Manisha. Now see what happens. Viveka, self-awareness. I have self-awareness. With that self-awareness, I separated myself from the image. So Viveka. So Viveka in the intellect leads to Manisha. Now what happens? Now I don't give any value to anything which is more than or less than. Money, yes, food, shelter, fees, and other utility, but I never give value of happiness to the money at all. So when I don't give any value of happiness to the money, whether I lose money, whether I earn money, whether I earn more, whether I earn less, I am happy. Whether honey says you are crazy, whether honey says I love you. I just had another session with a couple. No, sir, I love him so much. I said, I know why you love so much. Do you see another point here? Why we give less value or more value? Upanishad talks in detail. So we'll pick up one Upanishad later. Because of insecurity. Less or more value is given I find security in the money, so I give more value to the money, but the money changes hands. Money cannot be constant in time, in place, in location. Hence, what I am searching the happiness uh, in the constant changing world. I am searching the happiness in a constant changing relationship. I am searching the happiness. Am I living in higher self awareness or low self awareness? Start from there again. Am I aware? So we normally say, yes, I'm aware and alert. You are aware and alert. That is causing your attachment. That is not awareness and alertness. That is not awareness and alertness. Should I tell you, 2 years of the marriage, and we were moving from Delhi to Calcutta, almost 15, maybe 1500 kilometers. In a train, we both were traveling. We had two baggages. It was just, I was quite young, maybe 25, 26. And all the gold jewelries were there in that baggage. One station came and we took a tea. Some guy was just, sitting beside us. What he did, we both became unconscious, and both the bags were gone. Maybe at that time, I would say, it was about 150 lakh. We had only one pair of clothes when we went to. I still remember. But the teaching of the master was so strong. I was taken. It was a surprise, but inside the mind, I was still evolving. Pain was not there, but question was there. What is this? Why? What happened? Why it happened? So mind said, because you were sleeping, that is why it happened. I gave value to the sleep. Because of the I gave value to the money. So the money, sleep, relationship, and lot of thoughts came to my mind. Now, why she told me to go this time of the year? You see that now you can very well imagine millions of the thoughts. And I was just watching. It was a great understanding for me. Oh, value, value, value. It's all about value, less value, more value. Everything happens to everybody's life. Today, just came to my mind. So, Viveka in the intellect is Manisha. Now, what this Viveka says and what this self awareness says, that needs to be understood. So, once you understand that, then you are already a seeker. So now I see I don't give value to anything outside that is constantly changing, constantly changing. I see that. So to give value more than or less than it is changing, it is a delusion. So delusion leads me to sorrow. So I got rid of insecurity now. Because whatever is changing, it falls under insecurity. Like the dog, it always falls into the insecurity. Then what happens to your intellect? Intellect says, then who the hell I am? The real inquiry begins. It has to come from inside. You have to think like this. Do you see that? Who the hell? Then who am I? And the intellect says, I do not know. So I become humble. So when I become humble, then I find a teacher. Then I am committed to knowledge. See that? All the points. I'm committed to knowledge. I want to know who am I. I am fully aware that I do not know who am I. You are a seeker. You are a seeker now. That seeker says, teach me, guide me. I deserve to be taught. I deserve your teaching. So that is the humility. See that? So is it coming from inside? You are there. Is my intellect constantly searching that knowledge, ready to be taught? And it is there with you, but just I'm explaining this is what happens in our life. Now, this is what happens. You see that? You might be thinking, now, once you say that I deserve to be taught and I am humble, I do not know who am I. Now, see, can you remember what happens? You are already looking for Shreyas. That is gone. Now, value system is gone. You are already looking for Shreyas. You are already here and now looking for Shreyas. Initially we learned separately. Viveka is separate, Shreyas is separate, self-awareness is separate. I feel total emptiness. No, everything is here and now. What is prayers? Looking for security. Where? Outside. Why outside? Because my mind, because I do not understand, I'm not clear, I'm giving more value or less value to the things outside, to the people. Honey, don't you understand? I'm so busy, I'm hardworking. Why I am earning? I'm earning for you. Less value to her, more value to money. See, I see from that angle. I don't see what you say means the problem of fight between the couple. I don't see that. I see where you are, where you are sitting, where your intellect is sitting. So if your intellect is sitting outside, giving more or less value to the things outside, obviously you have a problem. That leads to sorrow and suffering. You are moving into prayers, but claiming that you are on the Shreyas. See, gradually we are moving deeper and deeper. You see, everything is there. The Shreyas is there, the self awareness is there, Manisha is there. I know. Burning question is only who am I? Can I find 100% security in myself? That is the only place where I can find security because everything outside is changing. There is no way do I live into that self awareness as long as I exist. As long as I exist. I am in that state of the peace and why? Because peace and happiness are within me. So should I leave the business? Who says so? No, nobody. More and more. But now that delusion is not there. So sorrow is not there. See that? See, do you see that? That's one of the most clear but deeper principles. That's where the Upanishad begins. All Upanishad begins from here. It is not that you start studying Upanishad. Oh, I have studied it and I remember Asato ma satgamaya. Asato ma satgamaya. Come on. what the Upanishad is saying. Asat, value, no value outside. Why? I was searching for insecurity there, it is not there. That is why my burning aspiration within to move to the truth. It begins from there. See that. Awareness in that field of awareness. When we say awareness, then dog awareness and human awareness. Compare that. Dog awareness, always looking for the dog, claiming that this image is different from me, and either I like or I dislike. So I have to see behind the mirror whether the dog is present or not. So whether it's a dog or all the animal awareness. So when the dog accepts the image as a other dog, then only he has to change, right? That's a normal understanding, right? Right. So when I accept myself other than me, then only I will chase something. Otherwise, what is the fun of chasing? Are you getting it? Just live into that. I am only chasing because I am sitting there. I am sitting there. Whether I'm sitting in sex, whether I'm sitting in wealth, whether I'm sitting in any damn thing outside, that is constantly changing. Like a dog. I consider you are different than me. So I create another person in me. Go a little deeper. I create another person in me that is constantly agitated, full of insecurity, running after because of the fear, because of the insecurity, suffers, has pain, has problems in the life. That is ignorance. To remove that ignorance is awakening. To remove that ignorance is meditation. Do you see that? I create another person in me. And that person is living in delusion. Delusion is causing sorrow and the suffering all the time. And I have no time to think in a different way. Why? Because I do not live at that higher level of awareness. I still live at the level of dog awareness, not the human awareness. Not just for the sake of understanding. Why? The dog awareness is chasing image as if it is real. So I'm chasing something. So I'm running. I have a delusion. So I have fear. So I have insecurity. And then I have. Now, the whole world is a problem to me. Now, see what happens. The magic happens. Oh, is that so? Intellect awakens. Image, it is my image, so I have not to chase that image. No more value given. What happens then? What happens? Can I accept myself as it is? Yes. There is nothing to accept outside. The moment I accept myself, I become the highest level of the seeker. That is what the Upanishad is talking about, to become a seeker. I become the high. You, how I become a highest level of seeker? I dropped that another person made up of value made up of projection, made up of delusion. Once I left, I became, I became highest level of seeker, and the seeker has the self acceptance. That seeker sees that I have to find peace within me, happiness within me. It is already there, but I don't know. So I have become a seeker. I have to find out, I have to get the knowledge, and ultimately I will realize this. So it is easy to understand Shraddha Virya Smriti. Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna Iteresha. What it means? As a seeker, do I have Shraddha? Shraddha Viryam. Shraddha Viryam. Smriti Samadhi. Samadhi Prajna Purvam Iteresha. Do I have these traits? So if I have these traits, then what happens when I have these traits? Then I experience that I am a seeker within. Seeker has nothing to do with outside. Seeker has nothing to do with outside. Level of awareness, not the dog awareness, but self awareness, self conscious human being, human awareness. And when that human awareness dawns, I see, I see. What do I see? Money? Yes, your value is here. You have a limitation. I accept that limitation. I'm not searching happiness there. You have this limitation, an object and a person and a thing and all the stuff. So, that intellect leads me to Manisha. Manisha leads me to Viveka. And in that Viveka, what person that I have created because of insecurity, giving more value to the things and objects outside. So that person I created in me is an apparent person me in me. That is living in delusion, that is living in problem, that is living in pain, that is living in suffering. Deeper inside, I find myself. So I accept myself. So after accepting, I want to know who am I? I become humble, sincere, committed. Why? For what? Yes, I don't see you. Yes, now? Yes, yes. So you see that? What we were? Where we were? Just to keep in your mind dog awareness or human awareness. But it has all the elements. I examined, I recognized, apparent person has been created because I live as a dog awareness. Projection, person, delusion. Just for an example, dog is not, no insult to anyone, but just to understand. We live at the lower level of awareness. I created another person in that mirror which I'm looking at. So now I have become a seeker. So now I want to bring our dearest master Patanjali. Patanjali says, Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Purvak Itaresham. Shraddha. Are you a seeker? Check yourself. Do you have Shraddha, faith? We will understand that. Virya means energy, enthusiasm. Smriti means right memory. Samadhi. Are you doing regular practice with wisdom? That's why I use that word. And prajna. Pragya means, here the pragya means, do you live in Viveka and Vairagya all the time? You just had a Vairagya with your tooth. You didn't care for it. So when we have a Vairagya, we hardly think about that object. Come on, done, finished. You just explained me so easily. Can I live into that way of dispassion with reference to everything? Why I'm not able to live? Value. Why value? Delusion. And the delusion is causing me the suffering. I am not attacking the right point. I am not attacking the enemy. I am just moving here and there. So Master says there is another way to understand. Shraddha, do you now you are a seeker? Yes. Shraddha. What is the meaning of the Shraddha? First thing, that the knowledge of the Eastern wisdom. Simple. Huh? What the teacher is listening, Shraddha. You have 100% faith in the knowledge given to you by the teacher. Forget about teachers. Teachers may be crazy, may become crazy, but the knowledge cannot. That is very clear. So, do I have a Shraddha on the knowledge? Do I have a Shraddha on the knowledge? Now, see, go a little deeper. Ask your intellect to. So, what you are saying? Shraddha on the knowledge. So, what is that knowledge? What is the first step? The real self is full of permanent peace and happiness, love and wisdom. I have dropped my apparent personality, and there is no happiness there. Now, the knowledge that I have is the real self is of the nature of peace and happiness. What does the Shraddha means? Shra. Shra means self. Dha means holding. So I am holding on in my intellect the knowledge of the real self 24 by 7. That is Shraddha. Yeah. Outer activities also helps when we say namaste to each other. When I did it, I prostrated to my master every time for weeks and months and years together. And one day, Master said, will that help you meditate? I wonder if he has told others. I said, what you are saying, I do not understand. Why you make your clothes dirty? You just lie down everywhere. So that was the part that I am a seeker. Physical act, I am a seeker. So one day it happened uh, long back. I was quite young, and so my master was coming to Delhi in a train, and the moment the master came out of the train, and I felt really frustrated. Oh, so, and everyone was looking in, you know. I said, why I should have any reservation? Why should I have any reservations? A lot of people, I damn care who are looking at me and who is not looking me, what I'm doing, I have nothing to do it. I remember nowadays, that there was some burning desire inside. Burning desire. I did not know what I'm doing at that time, but definitely that helped. So the physical act also helps with that idea. With your attitude has changed. Your attitude changes. So the Shraddha, the real Shraddha means from the human awareness, intellect, Viveka, Manisha, Viveka, and then we are already into the field of the Shreyas, we have clearly understood. And that idea makes me very humble. And that humility, why it is the humility? I do not know who I am. That because I don't know. You cannot practice humility. No, I am very humble, sir. You are my guru. No, I had another guy in New Jersey. After all, I am your dearest student. I said, I don't accept you. Finished. No, but I have accepted you, my guru, so you have to guide me. And he rushed to my home. It's a real story. He's an Indian guy. And then he touched. I said, are you touching my feet because you don't want to pay my fees? I'm a professional guy, to be understood. No, but sir, no, you see that we Indians are very intelligent because we read lot of books without understanding it. So I said, can you tell me that where it is written that people do not charge money? So he showed me. I said, read it again. Who is initiated into the monkhood are not allowed to charge a professional fee. First, and it is the responsibility of the society to take care of that monk. Are you taking care of anyone? Either you declare me that I am a monk because I am your guru, so hence you have to take care of me. I have these expenses, meet these expenses. Or if you say that I am a guru but not a monk, then I must charge you professional fees. Leave aside. The masses teachings is at every step it is very clear. So are you very clear about Shraddha? Shraddha has nothing to do with any exchange at the outer level. The Shraddha has more to do with holding on my intellect that I am of the nature of real self, live of the permanent peace and happiness. That is my destination, and the knowledge that I will gain will take me there. I get a plane ticket and to come to you. Same thing. Same thing. So it is the responsibility of the seeker who has examined what is right and good and separated from what is false. Second, Patanjali says, Shraddha Viryam. Viryam. Shraddha Viryam. And you might have been experiencing that, but I tell you, when you have that Shraddha as a seeker, the mind has already started experiencing the joy inside. That is another part. How come? I'm going on a vacation. Now I landed in Los Angeles. Now I'm going to the sea beach. So before you reach to the beach, you find the waves and the wind. That is what the Shraddha brings. You have yet to reach to the destination, but the mind is now says, okay, I am there. I'm going to be there. Seeker. And the second trait is known as Shraddha Viryam. You know, we have very good people in every profession. So why I'm saying that the second word is Virya. The Virya is literally, if you translate into English, it means semen. So many good people say that it is related to the semen. But every word has a different meaning. And then they make others crazy. They are already crazy. They have already projected something outside. They live with that ignorance and delusion. So virya has nothing to do with the semen. Here it means energy, effort, enthusiasm, and commitment. The same word has the same meaning at the physical level, semen. But here it means energy, enthusiasm, commitment is there in the inside me. As a seeker, I see every opportunity in my day to day life as a seeker. So then what happens now? I no longer see that image in the mirror as me in my honey, in my possessions. Can you relate it to Rati, Trapti, and Trushti that you have understood clearly? See that. Ah. What is Rati means and Trapti and Tushti means? I'm giving more value to the things outside. Simple. That is the simple thing, isn't it? I'm giving more value. But now that value is lost and I have more energy, I store more energy, I preserve it, I like it, and I'm going there. So that is the second quality, Shraddha Viryam. Third is known as Smriti, right memory. I have understood? Yes. I know what I'm looking for? Yes. Do I remember 24 by 7? I know a couple of weeks before you told me when I enter into business, I forget. So that I brought silently this topic. You told me a couple of things. Do you see that? Do everything. We are not saying don't do everything. Do it with a tremendous energy and force, but right memory should be there. Right memories should be there. And the fourth quality of a seeker is samadhi pragya. Samadhi, just take it some regular practice with the wisdom. You don't leave the practice at any cost. And the fifth means pragya. Now that self awareness lives in Viveka and this passion or vairagya all the time. All the time. I think we should also understand what Sividehade Prakrati Layanam. So before that, Patanjali gave one sutra. What he says that there are born seekers, they are God gifted seekers, like Vivekanand, Shankaracharya, just 13, 14 years of age, Ashtavakra. They were seekers. They did not need not to do any practice. They sat in a meditation and they realized they got awakened. Because we do not have that, we are not gifted, we are not born seekers. But how can I reach to become that kind of a seeker? You have to follow this. Shraddha Virya, huh? Shraddha Virya Smriti Samadhi Prajna. So if we follow these internally all the time, we reach to that level of becoming a seeker. And the seeker always succeeds in the journey. Seeker always succeeds in this journey.